good to go. Whenever.
I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. Cool. So when I think about my life, I almost do see it in chapters. In high school, I went to college, my marriage. That's actually how I like to describe years of my life, as chapters. I think about it as a story, or a movie. Even if I was gonna watch a movie, like, what would this scene look like? When I think about myself 10 years ago, what I see is just a young boy who wanted to be strong, ultimately, who wanted to be relied on, who wanted to be someone who people could look to get something done, who was going to take care of their son, their daughter, their friend who might need someone. That's what I wanted to be. And so everything I did was for that purpose. Everything I did was to fit that image. I wanted a relationship with God because, to me, that was the right thing to do. I would describe myself as a shepherd for sure. People that were younger than me at church, people that were younger than me at school, I just wanted to take care of them. I wanted to be their friend. I wanted to make people feel comfortable and safe and loved and cared for. And I loved being in front of them. I loved being in front of people, laughing with people, making jokes. I felt like I had a relationship with God. Because I had been baptized, I felt like I was in a good place because I was able to help other people in their relationship with God. I was able to help my friends find God, or even help them understand who He was in the first place. I was able to do these things. Coming into college, I was now the youngest, it being my freshman year. And I feel like I started the process all over again. As I went through college, of course, I was getting older. The people around me, people coming up, they were younger. And I developed the same relationship again. I took care of people, developed these sibling-like relationships, really tried to take care of people, and it was becoming a pattern almost. But the other end of this was me not taking care of myself or allowing people to help me. I wanted to be the one that was strong. I wanted to be the one that was taking care of everyone, but I would ignore all the time where I was. My senior year of college, I ruptured my ACL. And up to this point, being physically active was huge for me. It was something that, it was how I spent all my free time, really, whether it was playing soccer, whether I was skating, or just going to the gym in general. And so as soon as I tore my ACL, all of that was taken from me all at once.
So as soon as I picked my foot up, tried to catch my balance, put my leg back down, as soon as I tried to put weight on it, I just fell over. I was just laying there on the field. I was like, So everyone comes over there like, are you okay? I was like, no.
So I just missed out on a lot of things, and it left me with my own thoughts a lot, which now I'm grateful for. But then that was the worst thing for me, someone who ignored all of my thoughts and almost acted as if I didn't have any. A lot of times my roommates would even say to me, when say you're trying to figure out, oh, can this person come over? Hey, do you want to do this? When they would ask me, I would just say, no, I don't care. Like, yeah, sure, they can come over. And so at one point, one of my roommates was like, do you care about anything? And as soon as he asked me that, I actually didn't answer him because I was so shocked. And I think that started it was a whole revelation for me, wondering, what do I care about? Whether I actually felt a certain way or not, it didn't matter to me. What mattered was what the right thing was, what the right idea was, what the desired response was. Whatever that was, that's what I was gonna do. So I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what my desires were, what I cared about. And so the second he asked me that question, I was in shock. I was in disbelief that I didn't really know myself. I feel like over the last 3 years, almost, since that moment up until now, and I've been all over the place at this point, but I've been trying to figure that out. I've been trying to figure out what I really think about things, how I feel, what I care about, and be authentic with that, be genuine in my response, and be intentional in sharing that with people, whether it's sharing my joy with people, or sharing my hurt with people. The last few years have been really tough dealing with the pandemic, different climates just overall across the country. Right now, that's what I'm trying to do, is be able to answer the question of how are you, honestly, openly, and as genuine as I possibly can. And through these different chapters and this whole, I guess, story of my life, the only thing that really was constant was God. And all these years back, the way I saw God was this big guy in the sky, who had these rules for how I was supposed to live, and I understood them, I agreed with them logically, but my heart was just so far from that. I understood that there was a certain way things were supposed to be, and because I was doing them, I felt like I was in the right space. I was doing exactly what I was supposed to, but my heart was not close to God at all. My heart wasn't. My heart didn't desire God necessarily. It just desired looking good, and looking like I had everything together. So all these years later, I got to a certain point where I didn't even feel close to God. I didn't know what that looked like, and I wasn't sure if I had ever felt that before, because to me it was never the aim. I have a different focus now. I have a different aim of wanting to truly know God and be known by God, to be known by my friends and really know my friends. It's influenced my marriage at this point, and being able to really communicate what I think about things. Going into this year, I decided I was going to do a triathlon, which is very new for me. I've never been an endurance athlete, but it was all about focus. What am I aiming for? I'm aiming to finish. I'm aiming to push myself beyond limits, and that's what I've been doing just in my outside life, outside of my training. I've been pushing myself beyond limits, being uncomfortable, having uncomfortable conversations, forcing myself to sit with my thoughts, and also deal with them. And it's all been so worth it. It's been so refreshing. This has definitely been my most refreshing year yet. Definitely challenging. It's challenging me emotionally. It's challenging me physically. But all of it feels so worth it in the end, to feel like I am getting to know myself still. I'm still figuring out who I am. I'm not the same as I was 10 years ago. I'm still insecure. I'm still all these things, but my perspective on life is very different. My perspective of who God actually is so different. God is someone who just looks at me and wants me to be my best all the time, who wants me to be in the best situation. He wants me to just be happy. Ultimately, he wants me to feel like I'm taken care of. He wants me to have relationships that are mutually beneficial. He wants me to support people, all these things, but he also wants me to be supported. He wants me to be able to rely on people and not be disingenuous with whatever it is, my intentions or who I want people to think I am. He just wants me to be my whole self. He wants me to live my best life.